Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. Hope you all are having a good day. So, there's a rumor, and we all know rumors, grain of salt, going around that there's a civil war brewing in Lucasfilm for control over Star Wars creativity. And it's basically between the Favreau factions and the Kennedy factions. Now, this comes from John F. Trent, my buddy Jorge Arenas, who is a writer for Bounding into Comics, which is where this article also comes from. He sent this to me, and I figured, you know what? Jorge hasn't led me astray yet. I'll check it out, and I'll do a video on it. So, big shout out to Jorge Arenas. He does good writing for Bounding into Comics, and he's a good guy. So, if you guys are on Twitter, give him a follow. Alrighty, so let's get into this. A new rumor details that there's an internal power struggling happening at Lucasfilm over control of Star Wars and the franchise's creative direction. The rumor comes from WDW Pro on the WDW Magic forums. In a post titled, "What to Watch Going into the Earnings Report," dated Monday, May 4th, WDW Pro primarily discusses the Disney parks and ideas that Disney has been tossing around on how they might be able to reopen amidst the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. However, they also detail an internal power struggle over control at Star Wars and Lucasfilm. They begin, the ongoing battle over Lucasfilm's direction continues, with Kathleen Kennedy and Jon Favreau factions fighting over the studio. It's fairly known at this point that the beef between Kennedy and Iger is real, given that Iger essentially ignored her in his memoirs. They continue, it's hard to lose sight of how many projects Kennedy has seen fail at Lucasfilm, and there are a lot. Just to name a few, there's Star Wars Resistance, Star Wars Forces of Destiny, Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures, Solo, and the sequel trilogy falling in revenue with each release. And yes, folks, if you do look at the revenue releases for the Disney trilogy, you will see that each movie made significantly less money with their release. I mean, Episode 7 made $2 billion. Episode 8 made 1 some odd billion, and 9 made even less than that. And yeah, while Favreau seemingly struck it out of the park with The Mandalorian, a Disney Plus series that even Iger was giving creative suggestions for and taking notes on each episode. WDW Pro elaborated, buried in the lead of Waititi directing a new Star Wars film, which Kennedy has no creative control over, was confirmation of the female-centric Star Wars series being helmed by former Weinstein personal assistant, Leslie Headland. They then detailed that Lucasfilm is taking a page out of Ghostbusters 2016 and Charlie's Angels 2019 playbook, that anyone who criticizes the direction with the show will be deemed a misogynist. But be ready, they say, because it looks almost certain that the new narrative is being pushed to Kennedy loyalists in Lucasfilm, and that narrative is that Headland was only a personal assistant for 1 year, and that being against her or her series is misogynistic, mean, and unfair. Well, here's the thing, I don't care. I've seen this woman talking about Hollywood and her decisions, and they are all basically sexist and, by token standards, racist. They note that Disney at large doesn't want this conflict. Again, this is a conflict that Disney doesn't want. They don't want conflict over a hire that lavishly praised Weinstein, deleted hundreds of tweets at the same time as a leak about her project, and may know dirt on Iger and Eisner. So, yeah. While WDW Pro believes there is a storm brewing at Lucasfilm, they do indicate that Kennedy is well positioned to outlast it, as she has done from time to time. With all that said, Kennedy has essentially gotten her way time after time, outplaying Iger, even if she has been hammered by segments of the fans, mostly by hiring and developing strong loyalty within her brand. It then goes on to talk about Clownfish TV's Geeky Sparkles ripping into it. That's a video for another time. Anyway, there's only so much more it can take before it is broken, like Batman's back over after confronting Bane. Oh, damn. But yeah, Star Wars is already hurting with the absolutely horrible Disney sequel trilogy series and how it treated many of the iconic Star Wars characters. In fact, the failure of the sequel trilogy, and more specifically The Last Jedi, also created a box office bomb in Solo. Star Wars brand is bleeding fans. That's basically the ending part of the article. Now, basically, I dropped my coin. I agree with most of this. There is possibly a lot of polarity going on in Lucasfilm. And if you ask me, the sooner they get rid of Kathleen Kennedy, the better. She has already proven to be not 100% caring of fans. She lied during the interviews that she gave with George Lucas of how she will respect his legacy. She never has. And she has openly lied about the treatments that Lucas gave them, or, well, sold them, and how they had no original content to go off of when Legends exists still. Anyway, yeah, I think that the sooner they get rid of Kathleen Kennedy, the better. And they should also cancel this Leslie Headlands thing, because Star Wars is not about what's between your legs. It's about telling a good story with good characters that are fleshed out that people can care for. Anyway, folks, that is going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you think that there is any weight to these rumors? As I said, take them with a grain of salt. Or do you, and also, what do you think about Kathleen Kennedy? Do you think she needs to go? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Anyway, folks, this has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.